My dear students, today I will teach you on prepositions. When I say prepositions, you must think that preposition is one of the word class or lexical categories or parts of speech, as you know. Before teaching you anything, you first remember that there are 100 prepositions. You have to practice them, you have to learn them, and let us take 20 prepositions like to, in, on, before, beside, etc., and arrange them in alphabetical order. Suppose, what is the first preposition in relation to alphabetical order? It may be about, then comes your across, then comes against, then along, so that what will happen, you will be much more pleased to arrange them in alphabetical order. And second part is that in which year prepositions were first used. In Latin, in the year 1434, first prepositions were used, and later on, John Drury first used it, let us say officially, so to say. So, the third thing is that, the third part of my explanation is that prepositions came from the word prepositionem, that means putting before. Putting before what? The golden rule of preposition is that a word or a preposition that is followed by a noun or an object. Suppose I went to the market. So remember, ordinarily in common parlance, you have to remember that after preposition there must be a noun: to the market, on the road, in the room, beside the table, behind the carts, whatever it may be. So come to the board and see prepositions. I have told you prepositionen. So pre means anti or before. Remember, pre means anti, A-N-T-E, not A-N-T-I. A-N-T-I means against, that before, plus position, that is putting before. As I have already told you, it was first used by John Drury, D-R-U-R-Y. Originally, it was used in the year 1434 in Latin language. So first remember that you have to remember first there are 150 prepositions, and after prepositions, the golden rule is that preposition is followed by a noun, and ordinarily you have to remember that for good practice, that after preposition we must have one noun. As I have told you, I am fond of Ramo, he is afraid of tiger, he died of fever, he died from overwork, he is blind of one eye, he is blind in one eye, he is blind to his own fault. I know it from the ground up, and he is angry to death, he takes after his father, write them down. Now I will teach you some idioms in which there are prepositions you have to remember, and if you remember this, you can frame good sentences for better understanding, and you will be much more pleasant, and also readers will be pleasant as well. To death. So he is angry dash death. To death means very much. He is very much angry. He is angry dash the skies means to the skies. Your performance is to a T means perfectly. I prefer tea to coffee. Senior to Ramo. From the ground up means completely. From hunger means very bad. Rely on Ramo. Let us see. I have already told you that after preposition always noun is used. Here is noun. 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 Here is a noun. So the best thing to remember that it is the golden rule is that a preposition is always followed by a noun, and the simple rule is that the diamond rule is that after preposition we find every time everywhere a noun. He lives in Qatar. Suppose I am telling you, so you can frame a sentence like he is fond of dash. So any word you use that must be a noun. So just have a glimpse of the origin of the preposition, and in which you are first used in the Latin, and John Drury first gave it the official status. And also remember all these prepositions. I am telling you one more thing. Suppose he died dash fever. So the answer is of, in the sense if a man dies out of any disease we use of, and if a person dies from all other reasons we use from. He died from overwork. And similarly, I am agree with you. After agree we use with, but I am agree that's a proposal where you will find agree plus proposal, your to is used. He lives that's the campus, on the campus, but he lives in the room because in the room no sky is visible, but in this farm or on the campus if you stand there you find the sky is visible. So there are some tricky prepositions. So I am telling you he is absent at the class. There is no other rule why from is used, and you have to remember that after absent we use from. He is good at English, he is bad at English, but he is expert in English, he is adept in English. Adapt yourself to the changing situation. There are 150 prepositions you have to remember. So in order to know all these things, you have to watch mindfully, you have to watch with all your hearts, and at the same time, you have to remember to read, never to forget to read newspapers and story books, etc. So, and as a result of which, you will develop your preposition knowledge. And after you have that mastery on prepositions, you will feel that you have gained a lot of things. So you will have that exuberance, academic exuberance. So my dear students, if you like this video, share and subscribe. Thank you. Muchas gracias. God bless you all.